potential growth and innovation in India, gaming, esports industry, I request Mr. Rajan Navani, President IDGS, Chairman, Managing Directors, JetSynthesys and Jetline Group, to be on the stage, please. I request Mr. Hyunil, Vice President IDGS, CEO KRAFTON India, to join us. I also request Mr. Ashutosh Mohle, Joint Director, Ministry of INB, to join us at the stage. Thank you so much. I request Mr. Rajan Navani to please be on the dais. Thank you.
Thank you, and a very good morning to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this annual event that we have for the Indian Digital Gaming Society. And I think our topic today is something that Madhurima just mentioned. You know, how do you really build a sustainable video gaming and esports industry in India? And I think that's always a big question, because, you know, on one side we are saying we are going to build the industry. At the same time, you want to sustain it, you want to grow it, and the word sustainable is being used in multiple contexts. So let's try and see how we can cover these various aspects of this emerging industry together here over the course of the day today. But I'd like to begin by welcoming our special guest with us here today, Ashutosh Mohle, who's the Joint Director from the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Thank you, Ashutosh, for being here with us today, and we will really look forward to engaging with you and understanding a little more from you as to, you know, how is video gaming becoming pretty much the center stage of new age media entertainment, particularly when we look at it from a differentiated angle like that. I also like to welcome my friend Sohn, who's also now the Vice President of the Indian Digital Gaming Society. Welcome, Sohn, to be here with us today. I think also a very warm welcome to many of you who have traveled from different places to be here. The idea really is to be able to see how we can not only you know, understand this unprecedented growth that we say we've seen in India in this sector, but also look at it amidst a global challenge that seems to be emerging for the industry. So I think it's a very interesting time for us to be discussing something that is today also in India becoming more a cultural phenomenon. I think it is something that is you know, gauging the interest of the Gen Zs, which we are proud as a country to probably have the largest number of in the world. And, you know, an emerging demography plus consumption pattern that is very different from anywhere else in the world. I think the digital literacy, the tech adoption, the vibrant ecosystem that India has actually positions us very differently when it comes to anything that leverages digital, leverages mobile, leverages electronic. And in that light, both video gaming as well as esports are very unique opportunities for a country like India to not only participate in globally, as I mentioned earlier, but actually to see how we can lead in many of these areas in the years ahead. And I think that's the excitement, that's the opportunity amongst a very, very challenging time. But I think to be able to make that happen, very important for us to ensure that the education and skills that we are building in India are relevant. You know, we always talk of skills that are needed today, but I think now we have to talk of skills that are going to be needed tomorrow. How do you predict that? How do we really see we can build those capabilities and skills in an industry that is emerging, changing so rapidly? At the same time, comes with a very long history. You know, video gaming, as I always say, in the world has existed for 50 years, while India has seen adoption on console and PC, but the massive adoption that we've seen over the last decade or so has come with the emergence of mobile platforms, and now with improving 5G, 6G, it's only going to become stronger, you know, as lags and multiple opportunities emerge and challenges get sorted. So I think this sets us apart very differently both as a country as well as the kind of players that we are going to create, both in terms of athletes in esports as well as gamers through the multiple genres of casual, mid-core, and core gaming. So I think exciting times, and the talent and the skills that will be needed. We've identified about 100 skills as IDGS that are relevant across this ecosystem, both through esports as well as video game development. But increasingly, my belief is that we will have to create a very agile ecosystem to be able to train, skill this next generation of workforce that will be needed. And I think entire ecosystem that will then support that growth is something that I believe will help us make this sustainable. A huge part of this is the investments that are required in this sector, the policy framework that will be built around this sector. There has been a lot of debate, discussion in India on online gaming versus video gaming, center subject, state subject. And we've seen a lot of clarity emerge, and I'm sure through better conversations and more stakeholder engagement and development, we will as a country be able to move forward in many of these areas. And I think the sustainability will also come, I think, to a very large extent from the industry. How responsible is this industry going to be? How involved are we going to make the community that we impact the most, the gamers, in this process of defining what will be right for India, what is right for India, a generation that needs to be educated. The whole discussion around when we talk of a social change, the parental supervision around gaming, the responsibility on game developers to be able to create enough checks and balances within our products. So many angles, I think, will have to play out together to make this a wonderful industry sustainable. I think it brings in the best of creativity, it brings in the best of innovation, it brings in the best of digital, and most importantly, I think in the future it will bring in the best of a community that is young, energetic, enthused, and athletic, and can bring pride not only to themselves but even to the nation, with esports now, the Olympics of esports getting created, and so many opportunities that are going to build up from here on. So again, thank you very much, and a very warm welcome to this day-long discussion on this very exciting and interesting subject. But to kickstart and to have the next speaker, I would like to invite Sohn, who's also the Vice President of Indian Digital Gaming Society, CEO of KRAFTON India, to really share his thoughts and views. KRAFTON, as you are aware, is deeply invested in the video gaming ecosystem in India, and would love to hear your thoughts on this subject. Sohn, over to you.
I want to thank my friend Rajan to give this opportunity to be a vice president for IDGS, and also the opportunity to speak in front of you all. I just want to give a bit of background of myself. I joined KRAFTON as a CFO of the developer of the game called PUBG in 2017. So it's been 7 years with the company. Now I just complete third anniversary of my work in India. So it's been 3 years in India. I come to know that I have friends, good friends in India. So that one of the reasons why I decided to join IDGS as vice president is because half of the executive members somehow turn out to be my friends. I mean, which I have met here and there while I'm working here. So thank to all of those friends who welcomed me, my role as a vice president for the society. First of all, I want to share my experience. Just a few days back in IIT Delhi, I could meet 6 IIT Delhi students who wants to start their own journey as a developer, software developer. 1 out of 6 wants to become game developer on his own. They are like maybe year 2 or year 3. Most of them has been with the college for 2-3 years. One of their pain points, which I found, was the lack of support from school. I don't want to blame IIT Delhi because of that, but I think it's a general sentiments from the university. You have to be more focused on study or more serious enterprise than gaming. So the other aspect was that maybe partly because of that, partly because of general infrastructure of engineering college in India, they cannot have access to the proper hardware. They can make games on their own. So I felt that there are a lot of things to improve as a industry player in India. So based on that, I think that we, as a association, industry association, we have a lot of things to improve general perception about the gaming industry. I believe that all gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen who are sitting here has passion or commitment to the gaming industry. But what I found from my interaction with the large audience, especially parents who have gamers as their children, I mean, including myself, we feel sometimes a little uncomfortable about my kids playing games too much. But on the other hand, I'm making my salary by working for gaming companies. I have little conflict in myself. But I think if we go back, let's say 20 or 25 years, when gaming industry just started in Korea with the penetration of broadband, I could get support from my family. My father used to make maybe $300 per month. Back then, gaming PC cost around 1,500 more plus minus. So he should save maybe 4 or 5 months of salary to buy me a gaming PC. I think gaming PC now still costs same, although the salary has risen up quite a bit in Korea. But what I'm just trying to tell you that it's like maybe a little, not really small, but it is some gesture from my parents as being supportive to kids' dream to become a game developer. I want to be a game developer back then. I wasn't very good at coding myself, so I changed my role to finance and et cetera, et cetera. So, but that actually triggered me to become more like a game developer, serious game developer, which I could spend at least 4 or 5 hours a day in coding, and it leads me into the gaming career. So I want to see many Indian parents to become more supportive for kids to become a game developer. So what I want to do with the friends in this industry association is we need to work more, not just for the communication or skill development, etc. I mean, that is still very core part of our association, but I think we have to do a lot to improve the perception, general perception about the industry. So I think we have now 6 India gaming show. I think we will have 7th in Delhi. I think one of maybe sister or one of peer gaming events called India Game Developers Conference happening every year in Hyderabad. It's been, I think, 15th year or more. What I heard from other global colleagues around globe, IGDC become the event for global developers to come to India and meet game developers in India. I hope India Gaming Show can become such events for global game developers who are looking at India as a market and also as a hub for game development. So I think there is something for us to work on this. Obviously, at the same time, because of YouTube, because of online platform, the gaming show itself has been evolved into something different from maybe 10 or 20 years ago, which I might give my perspective to the team and friends are working together. So I want to just conclude my this speech as I think we have here like 100 plus people in the venue, but I think we have 100,000 people in the industry in India now. But I think we have to bring younger talents who are super smart, then who can make something great out of all this, infrastructure, resources, and etc. So I hope that everyone in this room can give a little bit of hands and time to improve the perception about the industry for the general public. Thank you.
Thank you, Sohn. Great points. And what you rightly said, the opportunity, and it always comes out, right? Like, how did Olympics, include sports like shooting? And I was going through, and there was a big discussion. There was a ethical debate: is how can you include shooting into an Olympics, right? But then when you look at the athletic endeavor and the performance that is needed to win a medal there, or even if you look at boxing and wrestling, these are all, sports. They're all sports today because they require a different rigor in a person to be able to be the best in the world. And I think with esports, we're going to see a very similar, kind of revolution happening, because it's aligned to passions, it's aligned to young people. And let me tell you, as many of you who are there, it's not easy to be the best in any sport or to be an athlete. It requires tremendous amount of mental and physical and so much other practice and fitness levels to be the best in the world, like any other sport. And I think this is an opportunity, I think, that you very well highlighted. And the India Gaming Show actually comprising of the holistic part of this industry, and that's how, it being very different and really becoming a global platform in the years to come. I'd now like to invite our very special guest who is here from the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Ashutosh Mohle. Over to you.
Morning, everyone. I hope so. सबसे पहले to start with, I would just want to ask a question. How many of you have played Mario? Great, great. So we all deserve to be in this room. Contra, Pac-Man. That's very nice to see. So we deserve to be in this room because this is all about gaming. So currently, as Sohn has spoken, that he went to IIT Delhi and he met some students there, and they complained about the ecosystem and the support which is missing from the university side and as well as from the government side. Recently it was lacking. So 2 weeks ago I went to Adobe Systems Private Limited, where I used to work 10 years ago. I came from computer science and engineering background, and I worked for Adobe before joining civil services. So I have a background into technology, and myself am also a gamer since my childhood from the 90s. So I asked this question. So you all might have heard recently or seen in news that our Honorable Prime Minister himself interacted with the gamers. So that shows the ecosystem in India, the system itself in India is opening up to the gamers, and we are recognizing, the government of India is recognizing it as a special talent like the other sports. So you all might have aware about the thing that Ministry of INB, the government of India is going to organize the WAVE Summit, World Audio Video Entertainment Summit, which has a pillar dedicated to gaming section itself. So in that section we will have different type of gaming. It can be anything like PC, console gaming, mobile gaming, esports and all those things. We are organizing competitions for that. So this is the first time when the International Film Festival of India will be accompanied, or the dates may be changed later. So now the government of India is starting towards the other modes of entertainment. We have around 50 IFFIs so far, International Film Festival of India, and we had a greater participation from all the countries which we invited during the IFEs. Now IFEs has extended and we are going into the domain. Now we are going into the domain of gaming, animation, the things which can help make a film better through post-production, and of course gaming. And one more trend which is recent and gaining pace, a lot of pace these days, is for the XR, extended reality section. So far, what Government of India and what we are looking forward to make India as a hub of development for gaming, and we all know that our services sector contribute around 60% to 65% in the Indian GDP. So we are trying to incorporate more into this services sector, those services, those developments and those industries which are not yet catered to. So we are making such a system, we are making such innovations, we are making such initiatives that will help this industry at large. So that what Sohn said, ki there is no support, now there will be a lot of support, and we are encouraging the developers, the startups to come forward and come to cooperate with us in the waves and come and compete in the various gaming development sessions. So further, as a motto, I have seen that we will be discussing today about a lot of different topics that are in gaming sector nowadays. I have seen in the agenda that we will be discussing about hyper casual games and the startups which are involved in this. So one thing which I have noticed, while researching for this competition, which competitions we should have in the waves category, I saw one thing, that as of now the industry is more focused towards the software part of gaming, and of course in the movies also the software, the graphics and animation part is getting a lot of positive input. But what my personal research showed, that the hardware part is missing somewhere. So we should also look forward in gaming sector the hardware part also, ki what other hardware we can have in this category. As of now you can see that most of our games are mobile based, PC console based, computer based. But when we were young, most of you must have heard about those bricks game, right? A special type of hardware, and it was non-addictive, the screens were not that glaring. So we should also move towards such hardware which are non-addictive. See, जो एक सबसे बड़ी problem होती है, that's addiction. Addiction is wrong, because in our childhood also our parents told us that screen glare is not good for your eyes. So the industry should also look towards those hardware segment which can have a better screen quality, not in the LCD terms, the simple screens which come with these Raspberry Pi and Arduino type of hardware. So we can also look towards that and make such gaming solutions which are inclusive. I recently was talking to a representative from Game Forum. She is working with this especially able children. So especially able children can't handle your mobile properly, they cannot handle your special gadgets, use computer screens properly, not even the tabs. So they need these special type of hardware, special type of dedicated consoles which are not costly, because if you go for a quality gaming mobile it will cost you 10,000 or 15,000 bucks to start with. But a special type of hardware can reduce these limitations also. So also apart from this, entertainment should not be limited, entertainment should be inclusive, and the games which we are looking for, the games which we try to promote, it's about connectivity. It should not be like a single person playing in a game. Like esports is a great initiative where a lot of people play together, and we also want India to have such games which create a better ecosystem, a better connectivity among the gamer society. And as we move toward the more and more recognition toward the gamer society, we will of course have these things with us. So also today we will be also discussing, I have seen that there is a seminar, there is a workshop, there is an event on AI. So recently you must be knowing there was a conference which was organized by National E-Government Division, that was a GPA Global Partnership on AI. In that also there was a discussion about how games will be impacted with the AI, and especially not only the AI part will be impacted by the local Indian culture. So our games would become more and more into the Indian context. And as we see, we have a lot of cultural background, we have a lot of cultural things that can be explored by the gaming section, and gaming will be more recognized, gaming will have more recognition in the society when it connects to Indian culture, when our parents will say, okay, this is good for you. And for that purpose, we do not need some memory hungry, some storage hungry hardware or software part. We can have very intuitive games like everybody, every one of you must have played 2048. How many? Once again? Okay. 2048 was a very simple game which where you move blocks and you by adding 2 and 2 and it goes up further to 2048. So we need those type of games also which are engaging as well as entertaining to a wider mass. So with this I request all of you to, when we start waves, we take part in that, come with us for the coordination, give us good ideas what we can include and what more industry wants. So we are all open, and our motto, just I said, we want India to emerge as a global hub for development of gaming, emerge as a global hub for competitions of gaming, and we look for your participation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ashutosh. And you spoke like one of the industry and one of the community, because I think this is the proactivity with which we are really looking at government, to work with us as an industry. Someone who understands, where the opportunity lies. And I assure you that as an industry around this largest big aspirational agenda for media and entertainment with Waves for India that your ministry and the government of India is pushing, we will ensure that gaming, which we believe is also a very key part of the future of entertainment for the world, we will, participate and, make sure that multiple facets of this industry are recognized. I also want to thank you for bringing out two very strong opportunities on the hardware side, one particularly, and just wanted to let you know that we do have a working group on hardware, and we realize not only the, final device, but the chips that go in. I mean, we know we have a $1 trillion market cap company in NVIDIA, which is built on gaming CPU chips, right, as a big driver. So there is a lot of value as our industry sees to be created there. And second, about bringing differently abled, and I think one thing good about gaming, while on one side is that it's also, very inclusive in many ways. Like we have a championship around electronic cricket. It's called the Global E-Cricket Premier League, and out of our 400 million gamers across the years, when we picked the top 50, we had one who was on a wheelchair, one who had one eye, but it just goes to show that there is a physical disability does not prevent one from becoming a champion or the best in the world in this. And definitely gaming and esports becoming inclusive from an entertainment standpoint, I think is built into this industry. We have to see how we can nurture it, how we can bring that out, and how we can, again, as you say, responsibly, shape India's narrative on the global stage in this industry together with government. And I think you have the industry here. We're all committed to work closely with you. Thank you again for that. With that, I think we'll now move to back to you. Yeah.
We would like to release the newsletter and the IDGS annual report. May I request Mr. Rajan Navani to give vote of thanks, please.
So again, I just want to, from here, I've already commented on many of the aspects that were discussed, but again, really want to thank both Sohn, you, as well as, Ashutosh. Thank you for making the time and being here and sharing your perspectives in many different ways. But I think more importantly, I also want to thank everyone who has come here, and just wanted to let you know, earlier this morning we had the AGM for the IDGS, and I think there's a clear conviction in the group to see how we can strengthen this industry, work together, and there's no way we are going to be able to do it without the support of each one of you. We want to bring gamers as a part of the society and this growth and development, and I think towards that end, we really would encourage pretty much half of this country to participate in some shape and form to help establish this future of this industry that we believe will create a lot of job opportunities, entrepreneurship and value. And I think our next session is about the economy of gaming and what that could contribute. And many other sessions that will follow. So encourage each one of you to kindly, stay connected, take new ideas, share new ideas, and make this, both this event as well as this industry a success for the country in the years to come. So once again, thank you, Sohn and Ashutosh, and also want to thank CII, Ankur, Madhurima, Roy, and many others, Neelam, who are here from the institution for supporting this IDGS annual event as well as this entire industry for the future of India and the world. Thank you.